Are you planning to run in one of Australia's 3 biggest marathons in 2025? Then I've got some important information to share with you in this video. Hi guys, how's it going? Well, I've got some very important entry information to share with you concerning Australia's 3 biggest marathons in 2025. Over the next few weeks, there's going to be some important dates to jot down in your calendar for entries opening for the Sydney, Melbourne and Gold Coast marathons. These events will sell out really quickly, guys, so don't miss out. Jot these dates down in your calendar and make sure that you get your entries in nice and early. Now, the first deadline or the first date to really be concerned about is today when this video is dropping here on the channel, November 17, 2024. And that is the deadline for the expressions of interest for the candidacy club for the Sydney Marathon. As you know, Sydney was a candidate race over the past 3 years for inclusion into the Abbott World Marathon Majors Series. That has been successful, and now Sydney is the 7th World Marathon Major. But runners who took part over the past 3 years in the Sydney Marathon were eligible for the candidacy club, and this has opened up a door for these runners that they can have an expression of interest to gain early entry for the Sydney Marathon 2025. But that deadline is tonight, 11:59 p.m. Sydney time. Make sure you adjust the time to where you live so you don't miss out. For us here in Queensland, that would be 10:59. The early entries for these candidacy club eligible runners will open on November 26 at 10 a.m. and run through until December 2, 11:59. Now this is Sydney time again. Adjust the times to where you live. Now, being a candidacy club eligible runner does not mean that you are guaranteed entry into Sydney Marathon 2025, but it gives you that opportunity to enter early. These early entries will be capped, and when that number is reached, those people who do miss out will be rolled into the general entry ballot. Now, I believe that the general entry ballot will open sometime in December. That date hasn't been determined yet, but as soon as I find out, guys, I will share that date with you here on the channel. So the message here is really, if you are eligible for that candidacy club, get your expressions of interest in tonight. Don't miss out, guys, because if you do, then you're going to have to roll into the general entry ballot, which will be, like I said, in December. The Melbourne Marathon entries for all events at the festival will open on November 27. Now, there are 2 times here for entries to be taken. If you took part in this year's Melbourne Marathon Festival and you have accepted the early priority access to entries for 2025, you will be able to go on and enter from 8 a.m. on November 27. Now, that is Melbourne time. If you miss this window, you'll be rolled into the general entries, which open at 10 a.m. on the same day. So if you were a runner in 2024 and you want to run again in 2025 at Melbourne, you've got that head start on everyone else before those general entries open. Again, guys, if you're planning on running Melbourne, any of those events, don't miss out. Don't dilly-dally, because Melbourne sold out really quickly for 2024, and it's going to go just as quickly for 2025. And finally, the Gold Coast Marathon weekend. Entries will open for all events on December 2 at 9 a.m. Queensland time. Again, adjust the time for where you live. These events will sell out really quickly. They sold out in record time for 2024, and they will go just as quickly for 2025. This is an extremely popular weekend with the half marathon and the 5K on the Saturday and the 10K and the marathon on the Sunday. Events sold out in record time for the 2024 event, and it'll be exactly the same for 2025. So the whole message here, guys, for all 3 events is don't miss out. Get in nice and early, because they are going to all sell out probably in record time for 2025. Running is just booming, as we all know, and it's getting harder and harder to get an entry for these events. So be prepared for these dates that I've given you here in the video to get your entries in for 2025. Now, to make things a little bit easier, guys, at the end of this video, I have listed all these dates and what you need to do for each event. There's also the website for each event, and in the descriptions down below I'll also put a link to the websites for all 3 events. I can't stress enough, guys, get in nice and early because they're all going to sell out, and you don't want to miss out. What's your plans for 2025 with these events? Let me know down in the comments, guys. Just go Sydney, Melbourne or Gold Coast, just to let me know what event you're planning to target in 2025. Maybe you're going to try and get in all 3, maybe it's 2 of them, maybe it's just 1. Let me know, be really keen to know what your plans are in 2025. Okay, I hope that information helps with you getting your entries in for those 3 big Australian marathon events in 2025. That's it for this video, guys. Take care, and I'll catch you in the next video.